Hey everybody, welcome once again to our Low on Health year-end review, where I go over some of the things I do besides gaming. This Besides Gaming 2011 is going to cover the books I read, in which case this year I didn't really read that many books, even though it was kind of one of my New Year's resolutions. Basically, the last couple of years I was reading a lot of the Ice and Fire books, of course, and of a bunch of Alan Dean Foster books, mainly the Pip and Flink series. But this year I did read some books, and I just want to go over some of them real quick here. The first one I want to mention is A Dance of Dragons, which of course is a George R.R. Martin book we've all been waiting for. I read this series of books a while ago, I think back in like almost 2007 or 6. The girlfriend at the time, Sarah, had read these books and she had the books, and I decided to read into them. And then I had to wait for basically the next book to come out, which was this one, A Dance of Dragons, which to me was only like a 2 years or 3 years in between the time of me reading the last one and this, where most of the fans actually would have to wait over 5 years, in which case I definitely enjoyed the book. I'm going to say it's not my favorite book out of this series. It's not one of the strongest ones, mainly because it does kind of take place around the same time as other books. A lot of questions don't get answered from the last book because they take place kind of at the same time. And some of it's kind of murky because you don't know if it is taking place at the same time or some of the events in the previous book happen afterwards. It's still kind of murky. There are a bunch of essays and whatnot. The main website I want to recommend to any fans of the series of Tower of the Hand. It covers a lot of the books and a lot of synopsis and plot points and whatnot. But I really enjoyed the book. Actually, I finished reading the book at Disney. I was kind of reading it on my vacation. But I enjoyed it. Not as great as the other ones, but I read it this year. The other kind of books that I read this year was going to be a bunch of more Alan Dean Foster books. I really just like what he does here. These are, of course, those are the Flinks and Pip books. What I read this year was The Founding of the Commonwealth, which is right there, which is 3 books that basically set up the story of how us and the Thrax, which are kind of like insectoid people, kind of made our own little like union, our own federation, as you were, like Starfleet, I guess is probably the best way to kind of explain how the two races kind of came together. It takes place like over 200 years, but it's just nice because in the previous books, the Pip and Flix books, they reference these different plot points and events that basically started the Commonwealth, in which case reading those 3 books, the Founding, was very, very cool. I really much enjoyed it. Great characters, and just I like the whole sci-fi-ness to it. It's a very deep sci-fi series, in which case all those books take place in this one universe, and this is kind of how the genesis of that universe started. Besides the Founding of the Commonwealth, I also read, let's scroll down here, I finally finished the Spellsinger series, which is a series that I began reading a long time ago, started catching up on it recently, and then this year I finally finished by reading the Son of the Spellsinger, which I want to say is kind of the end of this series, as it is, because it's the most recentest one chronologically. But the Spellsinger series in general I really much enjoyed, and a lot of these are just kind of whimsical tales of a guy traveling out of his element, traveling around and doing, like, going a quest and doing deeds, just like the Pip and Flix books. But I just really kind of enjoy that, and Alan Dean Foster books, for whatever reason, I tend to gravitate towards more, and I might end up reading some more of his stuff this coming year. I really don't see me reading a lot in 2012 besides the manga counterparts of Bleach and Naruto. But that's really kind of about it. I haven't really read that much, but those are the kind of the 3 main book series that I've read. So as always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.